Hey everybody, welcome to this week's update, and I'm grateful that you took a minute just to come and check out and see what's going on in the life and the heart of our student ministry. Now that our new building is completed, we are finding ourselves somewhat returning back to normal, although our normal is obviously going to be a little bit different with the pandemic, as well as we're in a new worship space. And so not just for our adults, but also for our students. And so when it comes to this Wednesday night, we are continuing our worship here at Coral Hill. Our students will be up in the new student wing, which is the old sanctuary. At this moment in time of the recording of this video, they're actually going to be working on the parking lot right by the old sanctuary. And so basically what we're asking students to do is to park on the new sanctuary side and just walk over. Obviously that restricts us. We won't be able to do, activities outside and things like that. But for the most part, that we at least are able to gather together and to meet. And so worship will start at 6:15. We're going to be working through what does a biblical worldview look like. In light of what's going on with our culture, Pastor Ray felt it would be best that not only our adults but also our students be going through this idea of what is a biblical worldview versus a secular worldview. And so we're going to be doing that over the next couple of weeks. I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be a lot of fun together. But like I said, Wednesday night is going to be just normal, but there's a couple of changes, obviously, with parking and location and stuff like that. Sundays, we are going to be continuing our in-person small group gatherings. Now, last week we had to set that for Friday because we wanted to avoid Father's Day. This week we are going to try to get into a rhythm. Our small groups are going to be meeting at 2 o'clock on Sundays, and we're going to be doing that, we hope, throughout the rest of this pandemic. It's going to be a consistent Sundays at 2 o'clock. The guys will be meeting together, whether that's the fellowship hall or the pavilion, just kind of depending on need, and the ladies will be meeting up in the student wing. And we're going to be doing all that, at the same time, so our students still get a little bit of fellowship. That way, some families who have multiple kids in the ministry can bring them all together at once, but that it's also early enough in the afternoon to where when we're done, you still have the afternoon to spend with your kids. And so we believe in that. We believe in family, and so we really want to prioritize that. This past Wednesday, I introduced to students what we're calling the DMI initiative. Of course, that's something we've done for years now, but DMI stands for Disciple Making Initiative, and it is now available to any student in 9th through 12th grade. If you're in high school, you can apply to be a part of this initiative. And what it is it's basically for the next year, you're committing to the idea of making disciples, right? It's going to be something that you're going to prioritize. And so you can go to coralhillbaptist.com/DMI to get some more information about that, where you can also apply there. It lists kind of all of the the expectations and the requirements, prerequisites, things like that. But students have to apply to be a part of that, and then they'll go through an interview process. And like I said, it's available for those in 9th through 12th grade. But we don't want to isolate our 7th and 8th graders. We believe in discipleship across the board. We believe that you begin doing that from the point when you become a believer. And so if a 7th or 8th grader wants to be a part of DMI, they don't have to apply. But basically what we want to be able to do is we want to partner them with a DMI student for the next year. They won't fall under the same requirements and expectations, but we do want them to be groomed into that process. We do want them to be exposed to the idea of having a mentor in their life. And so it is available to them, but just kind of in a hybrid form as they get their feet wet in the ministry, get used to kind of the way that we do things, and become more and more exposed to discipleship. And so that's kind of what's going on. Wednesday, Sundays, kind of what's going on over the next month. DMI applications will end in early July. I believe it's July 12th. And so they do have a couple more weeks to apply for that. But really the last thing that I have is we're going to be releasing and kind of sharing Fall Prayer Retreat information relatively soon. We are still going to continue to plan for that. We're looking forward to that. And obviously it'll be dictated by school schedules and COVID and all this other stuff. And so we are going to be releasing that information. We're going to be opening up registration in July. We're going to do that a little bit earlier this year, just so that parents can have enough of an opportunity to think through that, pray through that, make that decision, as a family. We would love for every student to participate, but we recognize that some families are not quite ready to come back into the flow and into the flow of the congregation, and we understand that. And so anyway, that's really all I've got for the week. I know that that's kind of a lot, and I apologize for that, but I do want you to know that we are more than eager for everything to return back to normal. But while we're still in the pandemic, we're still going to continue to glorify the Lord in everything that we do. And so if we can do that in little ways, great, in big ways, awesome too. And so I hope that you guys have a great week in the Lord, and I look forward to hearing from you guys soon. God bless.